why do you think that he chose you? Not like you're the chosen one, but like, why do you think that he went out of his way to incite a conversation with you specifically? Like, what is it about you?
I think I understand him in a way. I understand his mentality, and I don't judge it. And I think I see things about him that other people don't see. I mean, when I look at Andrew Tate, I see just a big kid who's got this huge heart who wants to play. That's what I see. I just see a little boy who's just got all this exuberance. And I don't see that the alter ego. I mean, I see that obviously, but that's less interesting to me than what I see underneath. I think he's got a huge fucking heart. I think he's understands his power in a way that very few people do, and owns it and claims it. I appreciate that he does whatever the fuck he wants, and he says whatever the fuck he wants. I don't feel threatened by him. I appreciate and admire all the aspects of him, including his darkness. Like, I don't judge that. It comes with the whole package. And I think what happens for him, this is my guess, is that he can relax with me because I'm not judging him. There's no performance he has to put on. And he also knows I'm whatever, 18 years older than him. So I've been around and I've done some things and I have some knowledge and some wisdom, and he can see that. And I think he likes that. He likes to be in the presence of somebody who knows about things that he may not know about. And obviously there's a contradiction in his whole take on, he's like, I don't believe in psychotherapy. I'm like, well, what are you sitting here with me then? Why? So, because obviously he is curious about himself. And I think like most people, like all of us, maybe there's a part of him that desires to know, and also a part of him that's scared to know. Yeah, I think he's just like anybody else. He wants to know more about himself.
What did you...
And have his ideas challenged. And I think I can challenge him in a way that's very unique.
I agree with you completely on that. And I watched that whole interview, parts of it twice. I even made this comment to somebody. I mean, obviously, if you're on the internet and you're a guy, you've probably seen a boatload of Andrew Tate content. Never have I seen somebody, before watching the interview with you, be able to challenge him. It's like either somebody is so kiss ass to him that they're like just kissing his ass, like giving him T-ball or questions on a tee that he's obviously just going to hit 500-foot home runs on, or they hate him. Right. And it's like, you are the antithesis of everything I believe in. So it's like this dichotomy of these two entirely polar energies. And you are kind of right in the middle. You're just having this conversation with them. And I heard you mention this, being able to challenge him kind of as like the father figure in that conversation. Mm-hmm. And I completely agree with you. It was an extremely unique interaction that I don't think I've ever seen before with him specifically. What did you learn about him in that conversation?
Well, he's the real deal. That dude is powerful. That dude is very fucking smart. I've been around a lot of powerful people in my day out in Hollywood, met and worked with Academy Award winning actors and writers and producers, people at the top of their game, like they're the pro athletes of Hollywood. And there's some impressive people, most definitely. That's as impressive a person that I've ever been around. The way he carries himself, his mind it's unbelievable. Like his ability to speak and articulate his thoughts he's so clear and forceful, and it's beautiful. Like it's beautiful to watch him talk, particularly when you don't feel like he's putting on a performance, which, I mean, there's always, he's performing for the cameras like most of us are, but when that drops ever so slightly and he's just really in his flow, it's incredible. And I think his worldview is really, really interesting. Obviously, a lot of people don't agree with that, but it's serving him well. And I think there's something in his message that's really important. And I would say that primarily what he's exhibiting is courage. He's putting himself out there. I mean, isn't that what we all want to do? We want to be free to say what it is we want to say fearlessly. That's what he's doing every fucking day. I mean, is he holding back anything? And he's willing to suffer the consequences, which are severe. So now, is there an unconscious, negative, shadow intention mixed up in that? I'll let the audience decide. I think that's probably true for all of us, but it doesn't discount what it is that he's doing. I think his framework, his mental model, although, as I say in the interview, is, he has to be careful because it's very much subject to delusion, but it is a very powerful model, which is essentially, I don't believe in anything that takes away my power. That's a good belief to have. That's a good way to think about life. Like, I refuse to believe in anything that takes away my power. There was one question in particular that I wanted to ask him, but other than that.
What was that question, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, the question about the contradiction between he's claiming to help young men, inspire young men, and early in his career, he exploited those very men. Now that's a frame to look at it. He
rationalizing.
I thought I mean, I don't want to say, because I don't want to say anything, but the audience can decide, what they think of his response and what they think of my question. I don't know if it's a valid question, but it sounded like a valid question to me, and I presented it to him. So that was really the one question that I wanted to ask him. And I thought in my mind, I was like, I'm fighting the Matrix. I'm fighting the Matrix. I'm like, well, fighting the Matrix is feeding the Matrix. The only way to defeat the Matrix is through love. So there was some place where I wanted to, kind of weave that narrative in, because I guess in my mind, he's very attached to this idea of himself as a warrior, and I see him more as a lover.
Do you think you have to be one or the other?
No, I don't think you have to be one or the other. I think you actually have to be both. And so I really wanted to talk more about love. Like, what is your relationship with love? And so that was kind of the general arc. But I just